September 17th. Here's the video of my update for the fall food plots. I'm happy with the results that I got. I'm not thrilled about it. Last year's fall food plots were definitely better. The two new food plots that I did, what was the winter greens? Fantastic. Everything came up nice. My winter peas plus. When you're Italian, this means so-so. That's how my winter peas plus came out. I don't know what it was, but we're going to try to save it, and I'm going to take you through. It took. I was going to actually leave it out because my ego was saying, "Don't embarrass yourself," because it came out really shitty. But it's not that bad. It'll bring deer in, but it's not like it was last year. So I'm gonna show you the first, the two really small plots. I think they were 1/8 of an acre each, and this was the winter greens. So I'm gonna just take you right along. So here's the winter greens. I know it looks a little bare, but this is the way they all start out. They're all full, as you can see. Once these leaves get nice, get a little bigger, they will fill up and you won't see any dirt at all. So I'll just take you right along the edge of it. The sun's really strong today. We got a good rain yesterday. This is about trying to think how much growth. This is only about 2 weeks, I believe. So I'm pretty happy with this. This isn't, you know, this is normal. This is normal. There's the brassica lettuce type stuff. Good size for now. I may hit it with a shot of nitrogen before I leave. Nice, came out good. Some spots are a little thicker than others. I couldn't tell you why. I mean, everything is spread out evenly. It's just, okay, see this part, this right here, there's a real big stone right in the middle of that. And I couldn't hit it with, you ain't turning that dirt off. I don't care what you have, mobile plow, tiller, you know, and I ain't digging by hand, so it's that's why you see that much grass there. But it's pretty weed free, as you could see. Here's the first plot here. Here's my clovers right next to it. So, what the fucking attacked by a bee, god damn it. So that's, I'm gonna call that one a success. So I'm gonna hit it with some nitrogen and take it from there. All right, so from here, here's my my dad's garden. That's not no pure attraction seeds right there. That's all wild, not wild, but just broadcasted sunflower seeds, and goddamn did they come up. My mom loves sunflowers, so my dad planted a bunch. He threw some corn down. We have some chestnut trees in there. We have some, so you can even see that there's a, let's see if I can zoom in on it. Where is it? Look at the chestnuts. So, and we have some apple trees that were in there that we're going to save. Then the goal is to actually open this up. Take this fence down, open it up back here. Here's a little apple tree on the other side. There's another apple tree. Okay, this plot came out the best. Here, and this takes us to our second food plot right here. Again, winter greens. and this came out even better. Do I know why? I don't know why. This is a little bit more wet, this side. So unless we just got maybe better germination on more seeds. But I'm not complaining about the other one. But this one is a little bit more full. Again, winter greens. I mean, we got a couple bare spots, but it could just be from seeding. You know, I try not to get too close to the edge because I don't want to broadcast seeds into a place where it's not filled. So this is going to be a nice little plot right here. As you can see, the house is right there. Alright, there's my winter greens. All my fall food plots are all walking distance from each other. So we got the house there. This is the garden. On the opposite side is the first plot I showed you. Here's my clover. Okay, so food plot back there, clover, food plot. Next year this will be clover, that'll be clover, and this whole field will pretty much be about 1.5 acres of clover. Okay. Good germination all the way to the end where it's a little bit more wet, have a little more grass. So that's kind of stinks, but what are you gonna do? A couple mulberry trees. Okay, this is gonna take us from one section of the property to the other. This is all my woods back here, and just beyond those woods is our other food plot. I've had a weekend full of work, cutting grass pretty much. That's all I've been doing. This takes us to our winter peas, which you could see it's not very nice. There's a little apple tree in there. Here's another little hybrid. I think that's a hybrid pear. So here is our winter greens, or lack thereof. I'm not sure what happened here. I could not tell you what the hell happened here. Can't see me, but so the only thing I could think of that happened is that the seeds didn't germinate. Not all the seeds. I do see a lot of peas in it. I'm gonna walk you around, but it seems like the only thing that came up was mostly grass. So I didn't do anything different here. This just goes to show you that it's a gamble. You know, this food plot. You know, I probably spent on this a couple $100 on this plot. You know, and my time. And look. You know, look at the results. They're not great. The only thing I can think of is that the seeds just didn't germinate, or maybe they got buried deeper than they should have been. But I don't even think that, because these seeds are big. You know, they have a lot of energy in them. They could break through, but I'm probably gonna. I have some winter greens left. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna overseed it and just leave it alone and see what happens. I'm just gonna overseed the bare spots, not the whole thing, because if you look down the middle, it's not that bad. It's just that a lot of grass came up with it. So the problem with that is when I put I'm gonna put the nitrogen on it. When I put the nitrogen on it, it's gonna feed the grass and the brassicas, so they're both gonna get a boost. Hopefully the brassicas beat out the grass and shade it out. So I don't know if I would call this a failure, but it's definitely not the results I was looking for. So I'm going to take you through it. This hurts my ego. Big time. I'm gonna just take it right down the middle. So like you could see it you know, you could pick out the brassicas versus the grass, but there's definitely a lot. You know, the turkeys could have got to it, you know, birds. It's not terrible. It's not terrible. But it's just a lot of grass. There's a lot of grass in it. So I'm going to take you right down the middle. So last year when I planted this, it was just, I mean, it was my best food plot ever. And that was planted right here. So, I mean, it's in here. It's definitely in here. I guess I was just used to seeing the results same way I saw them last year. Hey, I mean, don't get me wrong. It's not terrible. You know, it'll come up. It'll come up. It's gonna take a little bit of time. I mean, we've still got a lot of rain. It's been raining a lot. Once I put a little nitrogen on, and you can see that, I mean, it's getting nipped off already. So, I just don't know what happened with this one. Why it germinated this way. But, you know, I try to, I guess, you know, as Mr. Mealy says, show you the good with the bad. This is definitely not great. But this is why you need to supplement with other things. That's all clover back over there. This whole side, all the way from there, all the way down there is all clover. I got my apple trees in the distance. Got my real big apple tree down at the bottom. Down there. Another apple tree right there. So the food is here. Not that I can. I don't want you to think that I can afford to have a failed food plot, but it's good to diversify. So this is it. I'm going to spread some nitrogen on it. I'm going to spread a little bit of seeds on this and call it a day. Have some 4600 high nitrogen stuff. These the brassicas need this stuff in order to get those nice big brassicas and big radishes. They need to eat. So 4600 high nitrogen fertilizer. I'm putting about 20 pounds probably on it. I'll do that to all of my food plots, all my fall food plots. Plot number 2, 4600. Again, about 10 pounds. Alright, so even on the, am I recording? Yeah. Even on the sorry food plot over here, we're going to put some fertilizer on it. You know, it can't hurt. It can't hurt. What I'm hoping is some of these seeds might have been buried a little too deep. So, again, same thing, 4600. So, I'm thinking they just need some more time to make their appearance to the world, because they're buried a little deeper. Here we go. Alright, so what I'm going to do is, I have the last bit of fertilizer in here. These are the leftover seeds from the winter greens, my other food plot. Don't throw out your seeds, even if it's a small amount. You never know when you're going to need them. This bag of seeds is probably $35. You know, you're not going to find a Poland Spring size bottle. So what I'm going to do is, since it's such a small amount, I'm going to mix it in with the fertilizer, or with my fertilizer, so I can get an even spread. So I'm just going to dump this whole thing in there, shake up the bag. That's it. Let's go. That's the fall food plots for this year. So I'll give myself 2 for 3, even though this one isn't a total failure. You know, the more you kind of walk in it, the more you see. It's not that bad, you know, but I was expecting a little better. So the reason why I mix the seed with the fertilizer is sometimes if you have such a small amount of seeds and you're worried that you're not going to be able to spread it evenly, it just creates, instead of a little bit of fertilizer and a little bit of seeds, it's a lot of matter in there, and it's a little bit more easy to spread. Another good tip, if you guys are worried about not seeding properly with the small amount of seeds, what you could do is you get, depending on how many food plots, you know, a bag of sand. Let's say 1 or 2 bags of sand. You take half of the bag of sand, put it in your seeder, and you throw the seeds with the sand, mix that all up like that. You could spread, you know, you have more to work with, when in actuality it's the same shit. But you know what I'm trying to say. So that's it. So we're going to check back on this again next week and see if it did better, if it's doing worse. If it's worse, I'm just going to leave it alone. I'm not going to do anything with it. Whatever grows, grows, and that's going to be it. Next year, next spring, if we don't have enough radishes in it, next spring I'm going to have to till it at least once to get my clover on. That's it. You know, I hope you guys enjoyed this this year, and look forward to next week's progress. All right, take it easy.